Hey, what's going on, guys? Kieran from Fingers Crossed, and today we've got like a kind of weird deck. It's kind of unique with the way it works. The Amazement deck actually equips traps to either themselves or to opponents' monsters, and then they get effects depending on those. But I've also added probably the strongest engine that you could possibly add. So yeah, let's go through it and I'll show you guys what I've come up with. Okay guys, so starting off with our Amazements, we've got Arcolino and Comica. So Comica, when it's normal summoned, you can set an attraction trap directly from your deck, and then it's a quick effect that you can attach an Amazement trap to either yourself or an opponent's monster. So that might be good if you've got a trap attached to Comica. You can quick effect change it and then attach it to the opponent's and then use the effect of when it's attached. And then Arcolino, you can banish attraction traps from your graveyard to destroy cards on your opponent's field. It's annoying that it targets and it destroys, so Dragoon might be a problem for this deck, but hopefully Dragoon will get banned in the next ban list. Also, this has an effect that when a trap is activated, you can special summon it. So yeah, that's pretty good. And let's move on into the last few monsters. We don't have many monsters because it's a trap heavy deck, but of course, like I said, it is the Dogmatica engine. So we've got Ecclesia, Fleur and Maximus. So obviously Ecclesia is going to be a good normal summon if you don't get your Comica. So you're going to normal summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to do all the bits that you want it to, and then obviously you've got Fleur and Maximus. This is a negate, and that's send, can get you a couple of searches, maybe a send also. You can potentially cut this down to just the one and then play more traps, but personally, like 5 is the best number for normal summons, so I've got 3 Ecclesia and 2 Comica. But that's it for those. And then the last couple of monsters. So normally it's not a thing in trap decks. You don't normally play hand traps, but I'm going with 3 Draw and Lockbird and 2 Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is just generic and it's good against most things. And then Draw and Lockbird is like quite strong at the moment, and with Droidtron potentially becoming like the meta deck, I think it's good to keep it in the main at the moment. And it does hit like random decks as well, like irritate certain decks. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. That is all the monsters that we run. Not a lot, like obviously you need more room for your traps, but yeah. So more consistency. We're going to go for Amazing Time Tickets. So you pay 800 life points and then you can add an Amazement card from your deck to your hand. That's on your turn. If you activate it on your opponent's turn, you can set an attraction trap directly from your deck. And you can activate it that turn. So it's pretty good. Normally if you pay 800 life points, it's usually a good card. So pay 8, feel great. Then moving on. Our extra deck is not necessary. It is generally just not necessary. Obviously for Nadir Servant, you need your extra deck, and potentially for Maximus or Punishment, but other than that, you do not need it. So the draw 2 to draw into more traps is vital. Then of course, as just mentioned, 3 Nadir Servant. This card is busted. So good. I really hope Konami don't ever hit this because I love playing Dogmatica. I think it's a really fun deck. But yeah, send 1, search Ecclesia. Easy. Then the one-off spells, we've got Harpy's Feather Duster and Called By. So obviously, you do quite a bit of searching, so you want to stop like the Ash or the Gamma, the Ash, sorry, I'm not going to stop Gamma with Called By, but yeah, so obviously if you normal Comica and you want to search and you need the search, it just helps you if you get ashed, because one of the traps also adds you a card, so it could add you your Arcolino and you just don't want to be ashed really. And then Duster, who needs this? Explain Duster. So moving on into our traps. We've got 2 Amaze Attraction Horror House, 3 Cycle Coaster, and 2 Amaze Attraction Rapid Racing. So Amazement Horror House is a Book of Moon if you attach it. So all of these are the traps for the Amazement, obviously, and these ones you either attach to an Amazement monster you control or a monster your opponent controls. So Amazement Horror House, if you attach it to an Amazement monster, you can negate the effects of one of your opponent's monsters until the end of the turn. It would be better if it was forever, but it's not, unfortunately. Then, if you equip it to one of your opponent's monster, you can Book of Moon it. So this is the Book of Moon. I would play more if I had more, but I only have the 2 at the moment. But in practicing, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Obviously, we've got ways to search it with Comica. So there's basically 4 copies already, and also Amazing Time Ticket can also do that. Then we've got Amaze Attraction Cycle Coaster. So what this does is if you attach it to an Amazement card, so one of your monsters, then you can target a spell and trap your opponent controls and this card, and then you send them both to the graveyard. And then the next and last one, your opponent, if you attach it to your opponent's monster, you can add an Amazement card from your deck. So this can add you your Arcolino, and then obviously if you activate another trap, you can special summon your Arcolino. So that's pretty good. And in Rapid Racing, if you attach it to yourself, then you can target a card in your opponent's graveyard and shuffle it back into the deck. If you target your own monster, if you target your opponent's monster, then you can increase the equipped monster's level by 1 and then change its battle position. So that could be quite good. Obviously, it's a bit bad against Lynx, but you could take this out. It's not the best one. These are definitely the best ones, so you might want to max this out. And then potentially this can be changed for something else, but it's just to get more Amaze Attraction into the grave for your Arcolino's effect. Then, for the last few, for our traps, of course, you want to be playing 3 Solemn Strike. Absolutely I think it's the best Solemn card. Solemn Judgment is it is good, but paying half your life points is just such a hefty, that is just crazy, it's just horrible. They need to make another Solemn just for like spells and traps where it only costs 15 as well, because again, half your life points is ruthless. But Solemn Strike, just stop monster effects, can be good. Then the last 6 cards in the deck, I think it's like 41, it's a weird number, but yeah. Some of the best cards in the format. Summon limit, so you really don't summon more than once a turn. So summon limit is broken for this deck. You can also, so in my side I had things like there can be only one, like another sort of like summon floodgate. If you can't get a hold of the summon limits. I know in England they were like crazy prices at one point. Then you got Ice Dragon's Prison. What more can you say? Ice Dragon's Prison is fucking broken. It's such a good card. This is the only actual Dragoon out that you have, but yeah, it is what it is. Well, and Punishment is also a Dragoon out because of Intis. But yeah, those are the cards that we've gone for so far. Then into our extra deck, like I said before, it's really not important. But first we've got 3 Intis. So we've got Intis because it's Ascend. You can use it for Punishment, or you can use it for your Nadir 7 if you go on second. You got 3 Titaniclad. Because we play Extrav, we need to max out on these ones just in case, because obviously if you go on first, you're going to want to send Titaniclad to get an extra search. So you get your Ecclesia search, and then you get this search as well. Then I would have played 5-headed, but I don't own 5-headed. But this is basically for anything bigger than like 3k. So yeah, that's why Blue Eyes Ultimate is in here. Play 5-headed if you got 5-headed, but I don't, so I'm playing Blue Eyes Ultimate. Then the last cards are kind of like, you can do whatever you want, but I've got 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. It's just 3k, so you can just use it for Punishment, but also it is in there for, I play Waken the Dragon in a side, so if they Waken the Dragon, you just bring out Dragoon. Then I couldn't think of what to put, so I just put like generic cards in. This is also good to send off of, so So these three can be wherever you want to be. Sometimes this can come up, but Omega also, if you use it for Nadir Servant, then you can actually shuffle this back and something else into your deck, be it an Amazement Trap, or put back another in Tis because you banished 2 off of Extravagance, or put back Ash Dragon. Again, I would probably max out this if I had 3, but I only have the 1, so that's why I'm only playing the 1. But that is probably a good one to max out as well, just because it's 28. You can send that off Nadir, and then add your Ecclesia, and then when you need to, you can like shuffle this back. You could even shuffle back a Nadir or something like that, you know. Yeah, so that's it for the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. I know I do a lot of deck profiles with Dogmatica, but I really like the artworks, I really like the cards, and it's just an insane engine. It's so good. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.